Alright, you guys. Thank you, everyone who's watching this video. That you're actually taking the time to seek who the God of this universe is, and the fact that you are watching my video is, I'm so blessed that He's even able to use me, considering the things I've done, things I've seen, and the sin I've committed myself. Because none of us are perfect, but anybody who wants to be used by God can be used. Anyone who wants to turn to God can turn this moment. So I want to say this, while I explain my dream, if you have something rude to say, or if you don't believe, just keep it to yourself, because I'm not here to force God. I'm not here to force myself, and I'm definitely not here to force my dream or anybody else's dream onto you. It's either you take the signs or you don't, and that's all I could say. So I'm gonna just hop straight into it, okay? You guys keep with me. So it started off with me driving on this freeway, and this freeway had curves and peaks in it, like how a roller coaster goes up and then has to come back down, and how they go side to side. I had a friend whose face I could not see in my passenger seat. We were going super fast, like 150 miles per hour on this freeway. We were not worried about anything. He asked me if I can take him home, and I tell him, not until I'm done with what I am doing. He begs, but I shut him down by saying, since he chose to get in my car, he has to wait until I'm done with what I need to do. He stops asking eventually, and he just pulls out a bag of goldfish and just sits down and enjoys the ride. I ask him if I can have one, and he says, bro, you want a goldfish, but you can't even take me home when you know my parents need me home. And I said, no, it's fine. Keep your goldfish. And I brushed it off. The next part, he just disappeared, kind of like he was never there, or possibly dropped off. And then a direct beam of light that reached up to the sky and as low as the ground. This light could be seen for a quick second, just like a blink. After that in the sky, it turned purple and orange. The whole sky was purple and orange. It was like half purple, half orange. And this wasn't like a an unvibrant purple or an unvibrant orange. These colors were popping hard. Like, it was vibrant. Like, we've never even seen the sky this purple, this orange. And then a dragon appeared in the sky. I got scared and started calling out to God, asking if I was left behind. He didn't answer. I then called all these different friends on my phone to see if someone else witnessed what I saw. The light, the dragon, the color change in the sky, but more importantly, a loss of hope. Nobody answered, kind of as if they were busy. In the next scene, I'm still driving, just me in the car, and I pull up to a tent, which is still on the freeway. So kind of like how when you're driving on the freeway and you see all the easy tags and the change made, and they have like a porch above them that you go under. It was like that, but it was like a big porch. It was like a big porch. It was like where it had a cover on it. It had a cover. So if it was raining, you couldn't get rained on. There was a cover on the freeway, and underneath that tent, underneath that cover, there were a bunch of tables, okay? And I'm going to explain what was going on at these tables. So when I was driving on the freeway, I went from 150 miles per hour to 0 miles per hour in the matter of a second. I literally was just driving, and then skirt, I stopped right in front of the tent, in front of all these tables, like I couldn't go anymore. I hopped out the car and saw what was going on. There were people that I knew at these tables. Everyone who came into my life and had a part in my life was here partying at these tables. While 10 minutes ago, there was a whole dragon in the sky. 10 minutes ago, there was a whole kabang, and it was just quick, like something that the world has never seen. And then the sky changed colors, so it was like everyone was just partying, and I was like, what is going on? So look, I remember one of my homeboys coming up saying, hey Seb, what is up? Trying to shake my hand, offering me a drink, and I tell him that it's all cool. I say what's up to everyone else and walk off with my girl under my arm. They confirm the party. They continued to party while I walked off. So when I pulled up, I basically just saw that everyone in my life was just partying, and they were drinking, smoking, and eating at this party. And they offered me it, and I told them no, it's okay. And then I just said hey to everyone else, and I walked off. And these tables were built like how a lunch cafeteria has, you have the gamers that sit at one table, and then you got the other kids who play basketball that sit at one table, and then you got the girls who like Starbucks that sit at the other table. Like it was like that at these tables, but it was only the people who were in my life. So if you were Hispanic, you had your own table. If you used to do reckless things in school with me, you had your own table. If you were out here doing anything on the street, you were at that table, and you guys were my people. So now I told you the whole dream. Now let me explain the spiritual and the physical aspects behind this dream. Let me interpret it. So important things to remember. The conversation at the beginning with my friend. It showed me that I only loved myself. So I'm going to explain. So he asked me if I could take him home, and I told him no. But then right after, I asked him for something, and I already expected him to help me, like just because just pride, just the love of self. Like I naturally just thought like hey, I don't gotta help him, but he's gonna help me, just because like it's just what it like. It was just pride, like. But really, if you think about it, bro, like if you were in the passenger's position and you ask someone to drive you home and they say no, and you really need to get home, and then they ask you a second later, like, let me get a bite of your burger, you're gonna be like, man, you could take me home. You feel me? That's exactly how it was. So I didn't understand this, and this interpretation for the dream got revealed to me 2 days ago, a few months after I had the dream. I had this dream around October, November, December. So that conversation showed me that I had took pride in myself, and I just naturally expected the world to revolve around me. He says in 2 Timothy 3 verse 2, "For in the last days people will love only themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at God, saying that he is not coming. They will be disobedient to their parents and ungrateful. They will have no holiness." Okay. That verse right there speaks power. So much power. We can't kick out problems if we don't even realize they're there. Now let's go to the next part. The flash in the sky. What is the meaning of this? Every dream that is from God can match up with the word of God, because every book in the Bible is 100% real and powerful. Now look, check this out. The light in the sky. What could this mean? Well, he says in 1 Corinthians 15 verse 52, it will happen in a moment, in the blink of an eye, when the last trumpet is blown. For those who have died will rise to live forever, and those who are alive, which is our generation, because we will be the ones who are alive during this moment, will be transformed. All those who remained faithful. Now I want to say this. The very first word was the word it. Notice how he says it will happen in the moment, in the blink of an eye. Now why do you think he says it? Because our God is a God of mystery. He doesn't want everyone to be able to read the word of God and automatically get that power. He doesn't want people to automatically, everyone in the world, to understand the secrets of the kingdom of heaven. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. So if you want the secrets, if you want this real knowledge, real spiritual knowledge, you have to ask God to just download it to you, kind of like you're a computer. And he'll give you dreams, he'll give you visions, and you could be just sitting next to someone, and a voice in your head would just be like, give them a hug. And then you'll give them a hug and they'll just start crying like that stuff is real. So look, check this out. He says it because it is a mystery. So if someone says, If someone says to you, "Where's my pencil?" and you say, "It's over there," you only know what it is because the person who said, "Where's my pencil?" told you that they were looking for their pencil. So if someone doesn't say pencil, then it's like, what is it? You understand? If he left it a mystery that only some people would know what he's talking about. Now check this out. The next part that I want to explain is the dragon in the sky. The dragon is in Revelation chapter 12, and this is in the Bible, okay? These verses are in the Bible. And a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. So if there's a woman and she's clothed with the sun, that means that that woman has the sun on her, just how we put clothes on. He says that the woman wore the sun. She was clothed with the sun. So who holds the sun and the moon? Earth. So this woman that they are describing is talking about earth. So if you were to read this whole paragraph with a carnal perspective and you don't have the understanding of God, you're going to read it like a woman clothed with the sun, and you're not going to understand it at all. The woman is the planet, like the earth, just life. So check this out. She was pregnant and was crying out in birth pains and the agony of giving birth. For the Lord says that in the end days it shall be like a birth pains. It's going to get worse and worse as it gets on. And another sign appeared in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his head 7 diadems. His tail swept down a third of the stars of heaven and cast them to earth. And the dragon before the woman who was about to give birth, so that when she bore her child, he might devour it. So imagine a pregnant lady on the table at the hospital, and she has her legs open, and she's doing her contractions, and she's about to pop out that baby. It says that the dragon is waiting right in front of her. So if there's if the dragon is waiting right in front of that lady, right, and she has her legs right there, right open, and the baby's coming out, he's literally just waiting to eat the baby right when he comes out. Now this is spiritual. Has spiritual meaning to it. Once we are born into this world, the devil is studying us. He's studying your parents. He's been studying everyone around you. He wants to know how he can get you to fall to sin. So he knows that if weed's gonna get you to fall, he's gonna make sure that you always get money to buy weed. He knows that if sex is gonna get you to fall, he's gonna make sure that you have enough women, and vice versa, that the women have enough men to have sex until they fall. He's been studying us because since we were a child, he was already waiting to devour us. So check this out. She gave birth to a male child, one who is to rule all the nations with a rod of iron. But her child was caught up to God and to his throne. It is basically symbolizing that the earth, we as the earth, we just naturally populate. If you take the world 5 years ago and you look at the traffic versus the traffic today, you could tell that the population is just increasing. This woman is constantly giving birth, and the earth is constantly producing because Jesus is just naturally life. So the earth will just naturally produce life. But this male child who she's talking about, she says that he will be caught up to God and to his throne. To his throne. So if he has a throne up in heaven and he's going directly to God, it's because he lived perfect. The fact that he went directly to God. And they're not talking about physically, like the baby didn't just pop out and just go directly to God. Like they mean spiritually, that Jesus, before he was in the womb, he already had his plan. The devil was already waiting for him to be born, and the devil came and tempted him, and he passed over and over and over again. The temptations that we would fail to, he didn't fail at all. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared by God in which she will be nourished. Now this last part is so important. The rapture, when people disappear, it is because the tribulation. God does not want people to go through these next few years that we are about to go through, because it's going to be bad. It is going to be bad. So he doesn't want us to go through these things, which is why he says, and the woman fled into the wilderness where she has a place prepared by God. God already prepared the place for her, knowing that he would lead her out there. So while everyone else in the cities is getting messed up, this woman is in the wilderness because she got led there by God. So if you want to make the rapture and you truly believe that this world is coming to an end, you need to come to God ASAP, and He will take care of you. He will give you that place to go out into the wilderness. I promise you. He promises you. I can't promise anything. Now check this out. So that was the meaning of the dragon. The dragon is the devil. Check this out. So another important thing that I realized off the dream was how when I put up to the party, nobody was aware what was going on. It's like nobody knew that there was a kabang in the sky. Nobody knew there was a dragon in the sky. Nobody even knew the color changed color, like the sky changed colors. Like, I was like, how did y'all not know? And it's like, but when I got to the party, I wasn't even worried about it anymore. I kind of just joined everyone's opinions. Like, I just agreed with them. Like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, nothing's going on. Like, blah, blah, blah. But 10 minutes ago, I just seen all this, and this happen. So I'm like, I'm looking at this like kind of how I'm living right now. How I'm telling everyone the world's coming, and no one on my Snapchat specifically, no one on, I can't say that. No one on my Snapchat is really on that same page, or that I know of, that they think that we're at the end of the world. It's like everyone they love their life. They want to keep living in this world, and I don't like this world. So check this out. So I took this and I matched it with this verse. John 10:27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. It's time to get right. It's time to get right. You either get left behind or you hop on board before the door closes. If you're being touched right now, if God is speaking to you and telling you it's time to get right, listen, because there are millions of people who will regret it for all of eternity. Check this out. I'm going to read you 2 more verses before I end this video, okay? 1 John 2:15. Do not love the world or anything in it. If anyone loves the world, the love for the Father is not in them. Matthew 6:24. No one can serve 2 masters. Either you will hate one and love the other, or you will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. Now, I could say for myself, I've done fell for every trick, every sin. I've done fell for it. I am so far from being perfect, so far. But I could tell you that when you naturally put your faith in Jesus, and you naturally just hope in that promise that you're going to heaven, you will naturally want to just be good. It will just naturally and spiritually, your heart will start to change. You'll just become a better person. So I know some of you are thinking right now, well, what can I do? First step is to start seeking spiritual help. You need to get into your prayer. You need to get into prayer. And you need to get you a Bible. Many of us in America already have a Bible because we are a blessed land. So if you're watching this right now, chances are you already have a Bible. It's time to wake up. It's time to get right. And it's time to give your life to Jesus Christ, the one and true King. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all.